Hi guys, this is Ryan Bogdewic with Bogdewic Watch Designs, and this is my YouTube channel. I'm watching you. Today on my first video, I'm going to be unboxing and talking about new plans that I have for the Pagani Design PD-1707. I really like this watch. I think it's amazing. It's a really decent watch. I think Pagani Design is really starting to come up from where they started, and they're really starting to get brand recognition. So my idea is to take a decent watch and make it better. So we're going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you how I'll be watching you. Okay, so this is the part of the video here where it took forever to open this up. I thought my knife was sharper than what it was, so I have to take it back and get it sharpened again. So this is the box that it comes in. This is the Pagani Design and their logo. I think it's pretty cool. All that bubble wrap that everything came in, I noticed a slight defect right here. And I was like, are you serious? How could it have had that damage on the box already from all that bubble wrap? I really like this flap. It's magnetic. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like, it sticks with a magnet in there. I thought that was pretty awesome. And when you open a box up, you got all of your information. The instruction manual. We'll go and look through it here real quick. Just some, pretty boring information, but we're here for the watch, so we'll go put that to the side. And then you got the warranty card. Doesn't have any information on it, of course. It's a $72 watch, so it's not really a big of a deal. And then here is the microfiber cleaning cloth. I thought this was pretty cool that they included this in the box, so I like that. And then, of course, right here they got the resale tag. I guess if you want to resell it, you can put this on there. If you want it on a shelf or in a glass case, you just put it on the watch and make it look more professional in some way. Comes in that nice box, nice little tag. And then, of course, the watch itself. Just take a quick glance at that real quick. Take it off the foam. Put it to the side and take a look at the inside of the box just real quick. So I'm going to show you this. I kid you not, the inside of the box is pink. I thought, oh my God, pink. Are you serious? Like, I'm a dude, I'm a man. I like manly colors, not pink. But I like that magnet, so we'll keep that. And now it's time to look at the watch. I had a little mishap here with my camera. I actually bumped it and it almost fell over, but I caught it. So that's cool. I'm going to zoom in here real quick and look at the watch. I don't know if anybody else has got this watch and noticed this problem, but all the crowns are unscrewed. The top crown, I have to screw that back in. Right there, just like so. And then the bottom crown, I screwed that in like so. And even actually the main crown itself, I noticed that it was unscrewed. It wasn't screwed up in. So if anybody bought this watch and noticed that, just leave me a comment in the comments there and let me know. And now the fun part of taking all the plastics off. Take all the stickers and all the plastics off. Right here you look and see it says sapphire crystal. Thought that was pretty cool. So now we're going to go through and take all of these plastics off. So just sit back and sit tight, and I'm going to speed this process up because it took a while. So on the underside of the bracelet, all this plastic is just static cling. It's wrapped up over top of the other side, so you just peel this part off, pull it off, and just unwrap it. I've seen some videos where people will actually take a knife or a razor or a blade, try to cut that static cling stuff off. Don't ever use this knife, it's a bad idea. Okay, so now it's time to look at the watch itself and all its features. The first thing we're going to do is take a look at this top chronograph pusher or top chronograph crown. Depending on what verbiage you want to use, you can call it either one. It's a crown or a pusher. And then we unscrew the bottom one. This one's the reset pusher or crown. So we push that and it has a really nice mechanical feel to it. So we push that, then you see the chronograph hand starting to move. And then I will push it again here. And still has a mechanical feel to it, and the reset. Boom, there it goes. Okay, and we'll go ahead and unscrew the main crown. It's 2 gaskets on here that gives it its 200-meter water resistance. And we look at the date. So if we pull it out to the first position, pull the crown out to the first position, then we'll notice that we're able to reset the date. Now, I inadvertently twisted it the wrong way, didn't do anything because that's the way the ETA movements do. If you twist it that way, it resets the date. Now, if I pull it out to the third position, after I set the date, then you'll see that the second hand actually hacks. What that means is the second hand stops. And then once in the third position, you can reset your time. And while I was doing this, I noticed that the actual turning of the crown in this position is very smooth. It's very butter smooth. I wasn't expecting that. I had a harness before that I had that had the same exact movement in it, and it wasn't as smooth as this movement is. So A+ there for you, Pagani Designs. And of course, we're going to go ahead and screw down the pushers or the top and bottom crown after we screw down the main crown for its 200-meter water resistance. It's important. You want to make sure that you screw these down. All right, after we screw that down, I look at the dial itself, and I really like this dial. I like how the inlay is, everything on it with that waffle design. And of course, these 3 sub-dials, which are inlaid into the main dial, which make this really pop. And then you got that date at the 4:30 position. And then what's really reminiscent of the Royal Oak itself are these hour markers. You got the 12 o'clock position with 2 of them and everything else there. Here I'm showing you that this is a mecha quartz movement, which means this is a quartz movement, but the actual chronograph hand itself is a mechanical, and you'll feel that in the pushers when you push them. And the bracelet itself is not identical to the Royal Oak bracelet, and I understand that because you don't want to get into copyright issues and stuff like that. But then you have this clasp, this butterfly clasp, double pusher butterfly clasp. I really like that. It closes and it locks and it's really secure. So every time that you close those up, you can push them. You can actually push it to have one release or both release at the same time. I figured that out, that you can actually do that. I thought it was pretty cool. You got solid end links, very small solid end links. You can actually take this bracelet off and put a rubber band on it, or you can put a leather band on it if you wanted to. And then of course the actual back display, or the back case itself, has that Pagani Design logo. But what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this back case off and I'm gonna line that up to be straight. So that way, because I don't know, I'm just like OCD about that. I just wanna make sure that it's straight and in line, as close to perfection as possible. All right, now I'm gonna put it on my wrist and I'm gonna see how it looks. I didn't do any type of measurements of the actual watch itself, but I'm gonna take my watch off. This is something that I actually built and designed myself. I called this watch the Demon, and it is a diver, 120 click bezel. And I also wanted to have the first diver's watch with Roman numerals. So I built that, it has the ETA 2824 movement in there. So now I'm going to take this for the wrist check, put it on my wrist. I didn't take any links out yet, so we're just going to close this clasp up here just like so. And I'm going to show you what it looks like on my wrist. It looks pretty nice. I like that. And now I want to do a lume check on this. I got my ultra bright flashlight and I'm just going to shine that on there like so. I noticed if I put it right up against the bezel, it kind of like evenly distributes all the light evenly. So I'm just going to put that on there. Now you see that that lume looks pretty decent. It's not bad, but it's not good either. Like it's already starting to fade just a little bit. I have my own concoction of lume that I made. Actually, I get it from watchlume.com. But what I do with my lume is I use a very fine quartz powder in there when I mix it in together. So the quartz itself will cause the lume to refract the light, absorb the light, refract it several times over again, so it'll make it shine and pop really bright. But you see that lume didn't last really that long. So another plan I had with this watch is if you notice here on the links itself, it's supposed to be polished right on the corner of the links. See on the case how it's polished, but then you get down to the links, they're not really that polished at all. They're brushed just like the rest of the bracelet is. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and polish those up and get those to shine up real nice. And the last mod I'm going to do with this is I'm going to ceramic coat the entire watch. I'm going to ceramic coat the crystal, the bracelet, the case. I'm going to ceramic coat the pushers, the crown, everything on this. Because what the ceramic coating will do is it'll make this watch everything proof. It'll make it fingerprint proof. It'll make it dust proof. It'll make it smudge proof. It'll make it literally everything proof. So like you can literally grab this with like greasy hands and just wipe it off with a microfiber towel. And I haven't decided if I'm actually going to sell this watch after I'm done with all the mods on it. I might not. I don't know. If I do decide to sell it, I'm going to put a link in the description with my email address if anybody wants to make an exchange for the watch. We can set that up. I'm going to have all the mods taken care of. I'm going to have the relume to the hands, relume to the hour markers. I'm going to polish the links on the bracelet. I'm going to ceramic coat. Every square millimeter of this watch is going to be ceramic coated. So it's literally going to be everything proof, including scratch proof. That's the neat thing about the ceramic coating. It's going to make it literally scratch proof. Okay, so there you have it. The Pagani Design PD-1707. Again, like I said, I have a lot of ideas that I want to do for this watch, starting with the lume on the hour markers and the hands. I want to polish up the links on the sides, which should be polished. And then I'm going to ceramic coat the entire watch to keep it from being fingerproof, dustproof, waterproof, and just keep all that stuff off of there, keep all that proof off of there. So if you're interested in maybe possibly purchasing this watch, I'm going to leave my email in the link of the description here, and you'll be able to email me, and I'll set up a way that we can to do the exchange on the upgraded, modded Pagani Design PD-1707. So I want to end this video with some words of inspiration, because I am an aspiring philanthropist, and what I want to do is I want to help people who really, really need it. And one of the people that I'm thinking about, especially right now in what's going on in the gray market watch community, everybody probably knows the name Anthony Farrer, right? And I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for this video, especially being in my first video, but just hear me out for a second, okay? So I know there are a lot of people out there thinking that, like, when it comes to Anthony Farrer, that you should be judged by your actions and behaviors. Okay, great. I understand that. However, what happens if you are unconsciously unaware of your actions and behaviors because of patterns that have been distilled into you your entire life, right? You've been told your entire life that you're worthless, you're no good, that you're going to be nothing more than a con artist or a scam artist or a scumbag or an alcoholic or a drug addict. Right? You keep having those pounded in your head over and over and over and over and over again, right? Well, what happens is you tend to believe that, and that belief becomes a habit, and then habit becomes a pattern, right? So I think that's, to me personally, just by studying some of this stuff, that I could see that's what possibly could have happened to Anthony Farrer. Now, I want to leave this word of inspiration. This is for people that are coming off an addiction, people that are coming out of toxicity or anything of the like that. So just hear me out. I'm going to compare life to relationships. So let's say, for instance, that you're involved in one toxic relationship after another, after another, after another, after another, after another. Eventually, you're going to get to the point where you're going to get fed up with that, and you're going to be like, you know what? I want a really good relationship. I don't want this toxicity anymore in my life. Well, what tends to happen is when you find that right person for you, things tend to feel very stale and boring, because the fact there's not that intensity anymore. There's not that high energy. There's not, all that stuff that comes with the toxic relationships. So it becomes stale and boring. And then you think that, well, I'm not attracted to this person because it's not exciting, right? But in reality, it's actually the way it should be, okay? Life is going to be the same way. Let's say that if you're leading a life, and we just use Anthony Farrer as an example, where it's high intensity, high energy, high, flexing and stuff and everything, right? And then all of a sudden you come into moments of your life where there's stale and boring moments of your life. Pay attention to those moments. Those moments are lessons to teach us. Those are the moments when we're our true authentic selves, and where we can discover our true authentic selves and leading a very productive and fulfilling life. So I'm going to leave you with this comment that I came up with myself. It's more of a phrase of inspiration, but it goes, become comfortable with the uncomfortable until the uncomfortable becomes comfortable. So I hope that helps. I hope I don't get a lot of backlash. I know that Anthony Farrar is associated with a lot of backlash right now, and I just want to offer my support, my advice, my inspiration in any way that I can, because again, like I said, I'm an aspiring philanthropist. I want to help people out as much as I possibly can. So hopefully this helps. I'm Ryan Bogdewic with Bogdewic Watches, and this is my YouTube channel. I'm watching you.